operator or have that very small team, or when you're just starting out in the business. So if that's you, I want you to pay particularly close attention to this one, especially the guys. And ladies, if you recognize that this is the way your other half, your husband, partner is working, then let's make sure that you get them to watch this video, okay? Hey there, Kerry. So today we're going to be talking about why your auto repair shop will never grow if you don't let go. So we talk to lots and lots of shop owners who are either in those early startup years, or they've been in business for a while, but they're not getting anywhere. Why? Because they're still trying to work on cars. Yep, sure, that's your job. But you're also trying to take phone calls, and you're also trying to talk to everyone that comes to the front counter. You're still talking to supplier reps. And if you do have a team, they're potentially interrupting you all the time so that you can help them solve their problems. Now, all of these things we have to do in some form or another. However, when you are in this small startup phase, or you've been working at this small point for a while, you must recognize that you become the bottleneck to growth. Now, there'd be a huge fear on your side that you actually can't afford to hire help, especially if you're solo right now. You'd be looking at this going, but there just doesn't seem to be enough money there for me to take, let alone hire somebody else to help me. You may be tempted to think that your first hire should be a technician. And I really want you to consider that it's somebody to help you on the service desk side, the customer service side, that should be your first hire. Because if you've got somebody that can just answer the phone, take the phone call, they may not have all of your technical experience for sure, but they don't need to, because you're going to set up some systems for them so that they can be the gatekeeper for you, so you can get on with what is most important for the business at the moment, which is repairing those vehicles, servicing those vehicles, and getting them back to the customer. Why? Because that's how we make the cash flow. So your first hire, if you are that solo operator right now, should be somebody who can answer the phone, can talk to the customers, and can do the invoicing for you. I see far too many of you who are doing your invoices on a Saturday or a Sunday when you should be enjoying that time with your family. It is not okay to let cars leave your workshop without taking payment on the day, okay? We will have cash flow problems if you continue to do that. And when I say we, I mean you. You are going to continue to have a cash flow problem if you can't get a system in place that means you are invoicing before the car leaves. Now, not only is it good for cash flow, but you also avoid the situation where people don't pay. So we need to put that in place, and that means that you need help. If you're still doing the invoicing, or even if you're still doing the bookkeeping, that's another thing we should look to outsource. Again, you might think, no, I'll use that money in some other way. But if you're using good, aftermarket mechanic specific software, and it's connected to an accounting program, then we should be able to find a bookkeeper. Only a couple of hours a week is all it takes just to do those reconciling tasks for you. And, we're talking $200 a week, and then that's that problem solved, and that's time back for you on your weekends, and maybe even time in the day so that you can get another car out. Now, when you've got issues where you've got a couple of team members and they're constantly coming to you to solve their problems, that's a different thing altogether. Now, yes, we need to be able to help our inexperienced team members, but the way that they should be coming to you is with a suggested solution, not just coming over to you and going, John, I don't know how to do this, or John, I broke this, don't know what to do. So the only way that you will actually promote efficiency in your team is by training them to have done all the things that they know to do first, and then to consider what options might be, so that they're coming to you and they might bring 2 options and you're saying, okay, option 2, I'm pretty happy with that, do that, as opposed to you tools down every time over to their car and taking over. Now, yes, there will be some teaching moments where you are required to actually go and physically show something. But if you are constantly moving backwards and forwards between cars and you are still expecting yourself to charge out, 30 hours a week, you are going to be the most unproductive person on the team. And there's going to be that gap in your cash flow because your jobs just don't go out. So what we really need to recognize here is that you are a bottleneck to workflow, to cash flow, and to customers getting their vehicles back on time if you won't allow some help out there in the front desk. So if you've recruited technicians first, thinking that, oh, yep, I'll go and answer the phones and I'll talk to the customers, very quickly you'll find yourself back in the same position where you're still trying to work on cars because you get busier again and talk to the customers and do the invoices and get back to people with estimates. So you really must consider having somebody else separate from you who will take those calls. Now, I'd love for you just to go straight into recruiting a service advisor in a part-time capacity even. But often the way this starts out is the wife, the girlfriend, the partner, or a mum who wants to work school hours is your best option here to recruit into this position. And we need to train them to be your gatekeeper, as I said. So the gatekeeper, what do? They need to be taking messages for you rather than putting every single person that says they want to talk to you through. Sometimes people just want to make a booking. They need to do that with the person that answers the phone, not with you. You can't be pulled off a car all the time because then you're not getting your jobs out back to the customer on time. So that disadvantages whoever's car you're working on. So your person that you hire here, you must give them boundaries, and then you must adhere to them as well. You're going to have this thought pattern running through your mind that if I don't have this personal engagement with the customers all the time, they're going to go somewhere else. No, they're not. What the customer's looking for is a satisfying experience, and you can train somebody up in your front of house to provide that customer experience that they're looking for. Okay, remember, your service advisor is the liaison between the customer and the technician. So let them be that. It's their job. Their job is part sales, part customer loving guru. So put somebody in place there that allows them to do those simple functions so that if you're still required to pump out 38 hours of productivity every week, that you have the chance to do that. What do you think is going to improve? Well, number one, your cash flow is going to improve because you're closing more invoices and getting paid for them. Number two, you're going to be leaving work on time, hopefully, which is going to be better for your family and your lifestyle. It's going to be better for your workflow. And if you've already got a small team, then it's going to be better for them as well. Because if you do have young, potentially inexperienced guys, if you're not being pulled away to talk to customers all the time, you've actually got more time to train them up. So the moral of the story today is that you won't grow unless you let go. And you really, if you are in that situation, you need to hire somebody for the front to take the phone calls, talk to the customers, take messages for you if need be, and you check your messages, once a day and return what phone calls you need. But you won't grow if you don't let go. You're the bottleneck here. So take some time to think about this and start to put in place some plans to even recruit somebody during school hours. Just get some help. Start heading down this path, and you'll see for yourself that the amount of invoices you can close every day will increase. It'll improve your cash flow and improve your lifestyle. All right, guys, thanks for joining me today. We'll catch you.